Welcome back, everybody, to the second and final match of tonight's ECC9 League Play stream here on the Slipstream channel. It is another Champions Division match, but this time we switch over to the Champions Conference 1 to watch CrystaL Gaming take on Dutchies Esports. And, well, if that previous series that went all the way to Game 5 before the Papagas took it over Trinitas Esports Remix, this is going to be a good one. And for this series, I'm joined by Dennis. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much, Herbie. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it's gonna be a really good matchup here between, of course, CrystaL Gaming and Dutchies Esports. Champions Conference 1, we switch from the Champions Conference 2 here to the Champions Conference 1, where we are seeing actually CrystaL Gaming 6th place currently in the Champions Conference 1, against Dutchies Esports 8th place. It says they only played one single game, but unfortunately, they had a win in week number 1. But then a team they played against dropped out of the league. So in the end, they now have one game played, lost a single one, and they are playing against CrystaL Gaming currently 2 games played, 1 win and 1 lose. So well, actually 1 forfeit. So we aren't really sure how CrystaL Gaming is going to play. Of course, they won that game, but forfeited the other one. So, I would know CrystaL Gaming from last season as well, where they played in a Champions Division, just missed out on playoffs. Of course, this season, they really want to go for that playoffs and maybe even go for the title of the Champions Division. But I know Dutchies Esports, we saw them in the Vortex close qualifiers. We know that they're capable of providing some really good stuff as well. Only missing out by one single game, losing against Future Gaming to not make it into the Vortex division. So definitely, Dutchies Esports is not a team to underestimate either.
Well, Who Esports are the team running away at the top of the division at the moment with 3 consecutive wins to start the season and just 1 game dropped. But there's actually 3 other unbeaten sides in the competition at the moment. Vetrano's Esports on a 2-0 record, E-Wolves 1-0. CrystaL Gaming, you could technically call them unbeaten. Of course, they've had that forfeit loss, but in terms of actual gameplay, they're 1-0 as well. So I think there's a slight disparity here with the games played, some on 3, some on 1. So I don't think either of these two teams can think about their current position in the standings too much and where this win will take them. It's just about picking up the win and then maybe you check it back on the standings in a couple of weeks' time, because you don't want to let that get into your head too early in the season.
Yeah, we saw Dutch Esports losing in week 2 against Sanity Esports. Quite a decent team as well. Sanity Esports currently in 4th place. So that was a tough lose for Dutchies Esports, but definitely it's only early on in the season, and for Dutchies Esports, the only benefit they had from that lose is that it's only their first lose. They still have a lot of matches still to be played. There are 9 games in league play. They only played 1, well, actually 2, but one of them doesn't count as of yet. So 1 lose, but definitely this game they want to wrap it around. They want to get that 1-1 on the scoreboard. But we also see CrystaL Gaming. They have forfeited 1 game and once the other game here in week number 3. They want to get a positive record as well. And I think this game can definitely be a really important game for both of these teams. Because of course we see Dutchies Esports, quite low at the table. They definitely do hope to be in that top 4 spot to go to playoffs. But so does CrystaL Gaming. Last season, just missing out on playoffs, and now here they are, trying to get playoffs again. And CrystaL Gaming definitely, not a side to underestimate. But I think both sides being quite low at the table really do want to make the push here to get a win.
Yes, definitely. There's still some ground to make up, but in terms of seeding, it's a close series on paper, about 30 MMR separating these two teams, but Dutchies are the lower seeded of the two, and you've already mentioned the pedigree that they have competing in the Vortex closed qualifiers and getting very close to qualifying themselves, and that's always a good sign for a team coming into the Champions Division, because even if you don't qualify from the Vortex, if you can put up a good performance and maybe get a result or two against some of the top teams that end up being in the Champions Division standings, it can give your team a little bit of a boost heading into league play, because you think, well, if we can do it then, surely we can replicate these results over the course of a season.
And definitely, I can remember Dutchies Esports losing the very first game against a currently Vortex team, Cagliari Calcio Exceed, to drop into the lower bracket in round 1 already, of the close qualifiers, of course, and then they had to make a complete lower bracket run all the way up to the final. So in the end, losing against Visu Esports, another Vortex team, of course. That was the game to go into the Vortex division. Dutch Esports lost that, and here they are in the Champions Division, about to play another Champions Division team, CrystaL Gaming. So, I think we can just call the teams in to go, as we see the teams lining up, of course. Dutchies Esports in the orange, quite similar as of course the Dutch football team as well, which I really love to see. Flashbacks, Nuxipo, and Tempori in the orange, Alex, Neshi, Roka in the blue for CrystaL Gaming.
And can Dutchies Esports get their campaign on track with their first series victory of league play? CrystaL Gaming are going to fight tooth and nail to make it theirs, as we have a scoreless first 15 seconds of the game. No particularly early goal, but Relka has missed this one, and it might just allow Noxipu the opportunity to shoot as a little bit of early pressure comes in for Dutchies Esports. And well, that was a very fortunate clearance there made by CrystaL Gaming, because there was a gaping net for a Dutchies player to deposit into, but just the slightest of deflections on it to carry the ball away.
Tries to get hit, and Curry is early than him though, as Nashi needs to get the save. He doesn't need Flashrex, pops it down for himself. That's the boost to work with anymore. So leaves the ball to his opponent Alex. He tries to get it again, shot on target, but Tempori will be able to get that save. Nashi missing the ball, but indeed Welka following his teammate up as well now falls in front of the now Dutchies Esports shot coming in, but it's well wide. Nashi going to the middle, but Welka following it up really well done by the CrystaL Gaming side. So Tempori maybe can create a counter attack, but it will stay on the hope of Dutchies Esports. Now finally Tempori can get about towards the side of CrystaL Gaming, but we haven't really seen two dangerous offenses yet. Now Flashback maybe go for a double tap, but there's Noxipu, as Flashback couldn't really get the double tap, but could still provide Noxipu with a great assist.
Well, there is goal number 1 for Dutchies, and the CrystaL Gaming defense very static there. Not even close to making the save on the shot, but ended up as a result of that passing play, and that's a bit worrying for them. You want to be getting at least close to these opportunities to make it feel like you're in the game, but the lack of movement will be concerning. They'll look for a quick response here though, as Alex lifts the ball into the mixer, but Fluzrex makes the clear up to the halfway line where Tampuri meets it with a 50. Fluzrex will follow up into the corner and try and keep this momentum rolling for Dutchies Esports. They'll look to build upon their advantage now and keep CrystaL Gaming off the board for as long as possible, but that is a good flick clearance from Alex. This is headed all the way in. No, it just goes wide of the right post. Nash is in there for the follow-up though. It's a good pass online for Relka, but Noxipu clears.
And now maybe Dutchies Esports again can catch CrystaL Gaming on the counter attack as Alex gets it over one here. Tempori plays it out for now. Alex with the whiff. Tempori with no boost to work with, still manages to get the block. Flashrex can't get any contact with the ball there. As Roka with an input pass, a great input pass there. Noxipu already, preached on that save, but in the end it wasn't not needed because the ball was not shot on target. Flashrex towards the left side. Alex gets to follow that up off the back wall. Noxipu for a little bit of time. Just pops it up off the wall. Gets another, slight touch, but still works out to play Roka there. Alex in the corner, Tempori, great block as the ball falls into the middle. Noxipu with the shot, but it was well wide. Flashrex in the corner, Nashi can't get a hit, Tempori can though, so he still keeps on offensive pressure there. Tempori without any boost gets some help from Noxipu, great follow up there from his teammate. But now finally CrystaL Gaming can get out, but it really seems like Dutchies Gaming is taking the upper hand in this game so far.
Well, I feel like they can play even better. I mean, in comparison to the previous series between Trinitas and Papagas, I feel like the intensity is lacking a little bit here. This may help to change things as CrystaL Gaming have pulled their way back into the game, tying it up at 1 minute 59. I think Dutchies may have just gotten a little bit complacent in the last minute or so after they took the lead and felt like it was an easy ride, but certainly not. The team in blue full level.
Potential wake-up call here for Dutchies Esports to equalize the CrystaL Gaming scoring their first goal of the series. Tempori tries to get the ball instantly into the opposite goal, but couldn't quite get it. Flashrex tries to get the ball into the corner, really risky there to go for the 50, but still it works out for him. Roka now without any boost, can't really do something with that. Tempori takes it over from him. Roka tries to be in the way, and that's a little bit of an overcommit there. Well, a little bit, it's a huge overcommit as Flashrex will take the benefit out of that as 1 minute 38 seconds on the clock. We see Dutchies Esports for the second time in this game in the lead.
Solid read of the play from distance there by Fluzrex, open net. Easily done, and Dutchies Esports take the lead back again with 1 minute 38 to go. How will CrystaL Gaming respond to that? We may get an idea from the kickoff because Alex has taken possession and is looking to drag it over the top. Here it comes off the backboard, but the dunk down into the centre was blocked aside by Noxipu, who keeps going down the right wing, but just scuffed their extra touch. It will be Tampuri to take over the Dutchies. Careens it into the centre, but that one cleared all the way out. Noxypoo corrals it in the back left corner, barrels for a 50 by Alex, and Alex has got to watch out for those from CrystaL Gaming. That's the third time that I've seen them lose a 50 heavily in midfield. It's cost them on a couple of occasions, and you can't afford to do that at Champions Division level.
Yeah, definitely, and those 50s on midfield can be so powerful as well to, remain possession or even, get possession, stop a counter-attack from your opposition, especially Flashrack with a great air drag, but can't get it past the last defender, Alex here. Strong in defense, Stempori rushing back, keeps control of the ball, takes 100 boost, gets it past one. Nashi in time to clear the ball out to one of his teammates, Alex. On the back, we need to get it. This is not the best touch he wanted, but Nashi can still take it over from him. Flashrax into the middle. Stempori now shot, but it's going wide. Roka tries to take control of that. Noxypoo, really good interception from him, but it's not going towards Stargate. Alex gets another tap on it, outplays one. Can he outplay the second one? Temporary strong enough to get a 50, and now it's really 20 seconds to go. Dutchies Esports trying to waste some time, really trying to take the control here, but that's not really the control in front of your own net where you want it to be. As now we see an offense from CrystaL Gaming. Alex going up for that 20 boost to work with. Roka tries to create possibly the last offense of the game. The ball is being cleared for now. The time is ticking down for CrystaL Gaming. Still a one-goal game for Dutchies Esports. Will it remain a one-goal game? Stempori will try to drop it down, and Dutchies Esports will win this game indeed with one goal.
Yeah, a little bit of suspect defending there from Dutchies Esports in the last 20 seconds of the game. Nearly gifted CrystaL Gaming the equaliser on a platter, but they still did their job. They hung on, and they've taken this game 1 victory by a score of 2-1. Shots on target even at 5 apiece from both sides, which I think is a little lower than expected. But Dutchies Esports, ultimately, they are looking for their first series win of the season, and they've gotten the job done in rather unspectacular fashion in game 1. I would be pretty worried if I were CrystaL Gaming right now, because Dutchies Esports could play better in this next game coming up and start to really take control of the series.
Yeah, and we saw it a little bit already, Dutchies Esports, the 50s were just a little bit better than the 50s of CrystaL Gaming. Dutchies Esports just knew better how to control the ball in midfield in the end, creating more attacks as well than CrystaL Gaming. And, CrystaL Gaming, they looked a little bit static, that first goal where the defense was just, kind of standing still, not really doing something against the backboard shot from Flashrax, I think it was. I think definitely there needs to be improvement in the CrystaL Gaming's defense, because it definitely did not look good for them. It also cost them, the lead there, well, the game there. They had a chance, definitely, when they made the equalizer, but they kind of chopped it afterwards.
Where are we heading in game 2? Will it be a 2-0 series lead for Dutchies Esports, or will CrystaL Gaming peg them back and give us a very spicy game 3 and beyond in the competition? There's only one way to find out, and that's watching the action unfold. Here comes Relka, looking for a shot down the left wing, but Noxypoo steals it right back and looked for a quick opportunity on the counter. Bit of ping pong between the two teams in midfield in the first 30 seconds of this game. A real sustained possession. Could be a chance for that to be changed by CrystaL Gaming on the giveaway in midfield. They looked for a quick shot, but that one was blocked aside again by Noxypoo. 51 by Relka this time. CrystaL Gaming will certainly want to try and do some more of that in this game. Win those balls in midfield and start to play your own style of Rocket League more. They are throwing shot after shot on the goal of Dutchies Esports, but they are yet to find the back of the net.
Yeah, definitely. This game has definitely been a much better game from CrystaL Gaming so far, with a lot of attempts. But this was, I think, the first attempt for Dutchies Esports of the entire game, as Flashrax passed the ball into the middle. Great team play there, great connection from the Dutch. Stempori and Flashrax. Roka down to his teammate. Stempori trying to get the 50. Flashrax needs to get it. He gets it away before Alex could get a shot in. Now gets it into the middle. Nash needs to get it. Has no boost. Flicks under the ball. Can't get the save. And that again is a defensive mistake there from the CrystaL Gaming defender.
Oh boy, and well, Nash's teammates watching that are going to be slightly disappointed at what they've seen, but they're going to have to band together and move on here, because they cannot afford to let their mental game slip away from them. 1-0 down, still 3 minutes and 37 left in this game too, but 1-0 down in the series now. They're going to be feeling the heat. They are pressing for an equaliser now, as it's Relka towards the top left corner, and a thunderous finish to tie the game up, and they can forget about anything that just happened 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, and what a shot that is from Relka. Just, finding the top angle of that goal as well. Nothing the defenders could do about that. We saw the defenders just trying to get up for that, trying to get the save. I think it was Noxypoo nearly being able to get one, but the shot was so powerful. Relka with a astonishing finish there. A quick response from CrystaL Gaming. Can they keep it going? But now this Dutchies Esports actually in the offense, trying to get another quick goal off the kickoff, but this time it's not working out for them. CrystaL Gaming trying to take control now, still getting pressured by the Dutchies Esports side. This Flushers going for the shot. I'm not really sure how that goes in, but Dutchies Esports take back the leader.
Yes, another quick goal in succession. Maybe some more added to that before this game 2 is done and dusted, but CrystaL Gaming's defense is still letting them down a little bit. They're going to have to match the effort of Dutchies and go goal for goal exchanging. From this next kickoff, it's won by Relka, and Nashi will be up for it immediately. Tampuri equal to the challenge, sends it over to the corner, and now pinwheels back into the centre where Alex helps it on. Cleared from the ceiling by Noxypoo, came from the heavens to meet that one. Now Fluzzrex follows it up off the backboard. Tampuri is in the middle. This one's going to come down dangerously in front. Alex has a difficult clear to make and turns the ball over to Fluzzrex again. And Dutchies Esports are gifted a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and well, this is just what I mean, you know, those defensive mistakes from CrystaL Gaming after Dutchies Esports keeps it going with the offensive pressure. At some point, you know, Dutchies Esports, they will just score those goals when, you know, you keep going with those offenses and the defense is probably a little bit, then in the end, you know, you are going to score some goals. Maybe this will be another one. Relka will just get it out. Not a really good shot. It was some hard shot for Tampuri to make, but probably could have finished that one off better. You know, half-time played here. 2-goal lead for Dutchies Esports. And obviously tries to get the ball into the middle for one of his teammates, possibly. Tampuri tries to find Flushrex. Needs to rush back now. Has no boost to work with. You now see 2 players actually from CrystaL Gaming, both on the same wall. Alex off the back wall, Noxypoo, great positioning from him, tries to keep it out. Nashi keeps the ball in the offensive half, but every time, you know, CrystaL Gaming are getting into the offensive half of Dutchies Gaming, you know, Dutchies Esports, I have to say. We just, you know, we aren't really seeing those offenses, not even shots. Maybe this will be a shot. This will be a really good shot, actually. Completely proved me wrong, as we see CrystaL Gaming getting their second goal of the game.
Well, with 2 minutes to go, it is still either team's game. Important time for CrystaL Gaming to pull one back, helped in by the crossbar. And we'll now see if they can generate some momentum in the remainder of this game 2 of the series. Kickoffs are all important, and this one has arguably gone the way of CrystaL Gaming as they win possession out to the left wing, but there's more work to do. Alex keeps it going, but now forced back onto the back foot. Nashi all the way into the offensive third. Fluzzrex is up there to try and alleviate the danger. This one into the centre, but CrystaL Gaming having to hang back a little bit, and I think that is the wise decision to make. Even though they need a goal, time is still on their side in this one, and what they really need to do more than anything is smush their defensive errors that they're making and not concede another one.
You know, definitely, you know, they gotta get a defensive point, but also they just gotta get in offense rather sooner than later. The time is ticking, of course. You're already 1 game down. This could be the second one if they can't score anymore in this entire game. That's a huge clear there by Noxypoo, but it's being saved for now. Flushrex with the shot though off the backboard. Now it's gonna be another shot. Nashi will be able to get that save. That was nearly the 4th goal of Dutchies, which probably would have been the decider of this game, seeing as CrystaL Gaming can't really create a lot in this game so far. Still 1 minute though. You really need to see another CrystaL Gaming, because, you know, 2 goals in 1 minute is possible, but not with the CrystaL Gaming we are seeing right now.
Oh, and this ball's given away. Is it going to carry all the way through? Yes, Nashi's not going to keep that one out. And with 50 seconds to go in the game, it's another easy finish for Fluzzrex. A hat-trick that I don't think is going to be too memorable for them, but they've put the ball in the net when it is counted for Dutchies Esports, and they are now on the verge of a 2-0 series lead. CrystaL Gaming needs some offense, and they need it fast to keep themselves in contention. Kickoff is won by CrystaL Gaming. Nashi's going to follow it forwards. The reset and cleared by Tampuri as far as the corner. Alex will try and send it back into the mixer, and here it comes from the ceiling. Nashi's on hand, but that one deflected wide of the left post, and it was an easy clear for Dutchies Esports.
So many free goals just given away by CrystaL Gaming, really. I definitely think they could have had a shot to win this game, to be honest. Well, maybe they still have, as Alex will get a third for CrystaL Gaming. They could have been in the lead now if they wouldn't have made those simple defensive mistakes. Maybe they can provide some offense though. 25 seconds still to go to make at least 1 goal to send this game to overtime.
Yeah, the offense is certainly there for CrystaL Gaming, but as you mentioned, they've just made too many errors at the back, and that is costing them right now. Do they still have it in them to fight back in this game too? They have gotten the better of the kickoff. Nashi in front, but Fluzzrex deflected it away. Now pushing forwards in pursuit of their 4th goal of the game. Looks for a pass into the centre instead. Noxypoo. Tampuri sends it back. Noxypoo just looking to do anything to keep CrystaL Gaming off this ball. Fluzrex is going to get to it, and I can't believe how little pressure there was on that ball from CrystaL Gaming with 10 seconds to go. Last chance for them to get it forwards now, but Tampuri wins it back. Rilke just keeps it in the air. Tampuri wants this to hit the ground, and that is exactly what's going to happen. Dutchies Esports take another close game, 4-3, but they are definitely in control of this series.
Yeah, definitely, in control of the series. 2 games won. The only 2 games of the series, of course, 2-0 here. And well, Dutchies Esports definitely, they look stronger. Even though, we are spotting some mistakes there, but we can spot a lot more mistakes in the CrystaL Gaming's defense, especially in the offense. They look quite fine. They had some really good goals, have some good passing plays as well. But in the defense, when you concede like 2 or 3 easy goals like that, you would have won this game with 3-2, 3-1 if those defensive mistakes wouldn't have happened. And well, Dutchies Esports will just, get some free goals out of that and will get this game as well. Just like last game as well, we saw some overcommits as well from the CrystaL Gaming's defense. Those kind of things can't happen if you want to make playoffs here in the Champions Division. I think CrystaL Gaming is, quite a high-seeded team as well in the Champions Division. So definitely you would expect something more from CrystaL Gaming. Maybe we will, but we have to see, can they make the reverse sweep happen, or will Dutchies Esports to close out this series after this game?
I don't see it happening personally. Reverse sweep is a massive uphill task for CrystaL Gaming, and the first 2 games have played out in very similar fashion, and Dutchies Esports will be super high on confidence right now. Maybe CrystaL Gaming can get this next game of the series, but for Dutchies Esports to throw away 3 opportunities to win it, it would just be absurd. But anything can happen in Rocket League, so we will see. But we are underway in game number 3 now as Dutchies Esports are looking to take an early lead. It's Tampuri from the ceiling. Now she blocked that one aside, and Alex is out to clear to the wing without boost, keeps going in midfield, and will chase it down into the far corner, but that is a lost cause as Dutchies Esports win it back again. Nashi makes the interception on halfway though. Alex looking for Nashi in front, and Rilke's there for the follow-up, and they hit the post on the far side, but Alex is there, and it's 1-0 to CrystaL Gaming. Boy, did they need that.
So many tries to get the ball on target, the cross by the post, and in the end, finally, it was Alex who was able to find the net after like 3 shots. The CrystaL Gaming, I think for the first time in this series, taking the lead pretty early on in this game number 3, 42 seconds in. We already see a lead for them as Nashi gets a pretty good kickoff. Dutchies takes it over from him. Fudger's in the corner. Maybe, we see a quick response from the Dutchies Esports side, but doesn't really seem like as Fudger's tries to get about towards the middle, but there's not a really good pass. Noxipu, not a really good touch as he puts the ball into the middle. Nashi was there to get a shot, but Tampuri, great block from him. Noxipu tries to get the ball into the middle, but can't really get any contact with the ball. There's a whiff there from him. Alex taking over possession of the wall, goes for a third reset. Well, had no boost to work with, probably could have done something else there with the boost he had. Well, yeah, he went for a third reset, couldn't really get any contact with the ball because he had no boost. Now we see Rilke tries to get a shot in, but we are seeing CrystaL Gaming, trying to get some shots in. That's a double commit there by the Dutchies Esports side. It will be safe for now, but finally we are seeing CrystaL Gaming be a little bit the better side now and definitely having the most offense in this game so far.
The sense that they are going to need more goals to win this game 4 because Dutchies Esports have that quality to take it up the other end and equalise at any moment. A second goal would be so important for CrystaL Gaming, and they are pressing for it. But that's a good clear from Fluzrex all the way to the far side where Tampuri will meet it and flashes right across the goal mouth, but nobody on hand to turn it home. This one for Noxipu's a big chance, but it just deflects off the ground and away from the net. CrystaL Gaming can breathe a sigh of relief as they clear up to the halfway line now, and they may even think about adding to their lead further, but Alex's pinch off the sideball hasn't gone too well. Nashi to take over, and now it heads in Rilke's direction. Has Noxipu to contend with and has lost that 50 in style. Rilke now in the back left corner, but it's turned into a more end-to-end affair now. Dutchies Esports have woken up a little bit in this game 3.
Well, as you say that, it will be Nashi scoring this second for CrystaL Gaming. I think it was a wave in the defense. Nashi going up for that all by himself. Gets another touch, but I definitely would have expected Nox getting a save on that, but couldn't get any single contact on the ball there. And the CrystaL Gaming taking the 2-goal lead actually, literally on half time. So, everything can still happen. Definitely when Fluzrex can win this 50-50, but we will be going back to Tampuri, who can create another offense. Goes for the air jumbo, gets it past one, but was still saved by the other defender of CrystaL Gaming, Fluzrex. 40 boost to work with, losing possession here, but definitely Dutchies Esports, they haven't really created a lot. We saw Tampuri here going for an air dribble, but CrystaL Gaming so far, being the better side, creating more than Dutchies Esports is, a pretty different game. Haven't seen any single mistake in defense from CrystaL Gaming, so it looks like CrystaL Gaming finally, in game number 3, have woken up since those last 2 games.
But is it too little too late as they find themselves 2-0 down in the series? But it is a good performance from them. They've proven that they are deserving of their seeding in this Champions Division and they're fighting back in the series. But are they going to concede a goal here in Game 3? Tampuri hits the crossbar. Noxipu's got to be very careful there. Last defender back, but they've done so well. Trying to push it all the way into the centre, and this one just falls loose on the far side, perhaps for a shot to be taken on. But CrystaL Gaming clear as far as the halfway line. Alex lifts it infield to Nashi. And that one's sent all the way back as Dutchies Esports find themselves with 1 minute and 20 to get back into this game if they are to win the series via a sweep. But it's not looking too likely at the moment. They haven't had too many golden opportunities.
And definitely not. We can see Dutchies Esports playing a little bit more aggressive, turning for more, and cutting rotation a little bit more to get possession of your opponents, which is good to see. But not a shot, but it's definitely not threatening at all. As Alex bumps his own teammate, looks like. Flushrex has possession because of that, into the middle, tries to find one of his teammates, and Pori is waiting there, can't get the ball on goal. This ball will get cleared out by Alex, but definitely 2 goals, 48 seconds. We saw Dutchies Esports being really clinical on offense, but now they have to show it. 2 goals down, 40 seconds to go as Nox, really awkward position there. Flushrex off the wall, gets another touch, really good touch actually, as Alex is last man back, gets it away for now, into the corner. There's not much boost to work with as Nox decides to challenge, but great 50 by Alex. Flushrex with the shot, getting blocked away by Nashi. That might have been a goal actually if he wouldn't have blocked that. Tempori getting blocked away by Alex. Nox into the middle, trying to find his teammate Flushrex. Flushrex can't get a double. Tempori maybe then. A double commit from CrystaL Gaming could be huge for Dutchies Esports. Nox 34 boost to work with. If they want to win this game still, send this game to overtime, they need to score now. It doesn't look like it, and CrystaL Gaming going away with the first victory of the series.
Well, a good fight back from CrystaL Gaming in this game number 3. It looks like they are going to keep a clean sheet, and that's always good for your momentum heading into game 4 now as you look to tie it up. It is a long road back, a reverse sweep, but they've taken the first step, and often the first step can be the hardest to take. We will see now in the next game of the series if they can get all the way back into it. On the part of Dutchies Esports, who had that 2-0 series lead, they've now let one opportunity to win it slip away. What do you think that they potentially need to do better in the next one to take the series?
Well, we have seen a lot of shots actually coming from Dutchies, definitely at the end, but, they just need to be a little bit more clinical. I've seen a lot of, chances wasted on the post, on the crossbar, and there's another Dutchies than we have seen in the first 2 games. So definitely, accuracy is a big point there for Dutchies. Controlling the ball a little bit more as well is something Dutchies, should have done there in game number 3, giving away possession way too much to CrystaL Gaming. And, CrystaL Gaming not making any defensive mistakes. A clean sheet is definitely something they needed in the game number 3. Now game number 4, it can be anyone's game. Of course, Dutchies Esports still match point.
Alex now in the back right. Noxipu wins it back for Dutchies Esports. Dangerous ball into the middle. Tampuri, though, had it stolen away from him. CrystaL Gaming very nearly had a quick goal on the counter-attack. They may still capitalise on the turnover as Alex went up for it and cleared out by Dutchies Esports all the way up to halfway. Helper's touch is an awkward one, but Nashi is on hand to follow up, and they've had more of that in the last couple of games, and they are going to get a goal out of it. CrystaL Gaming have just linked up a lot more in midfield and made Dutchies Esports' clearance look poorer.
Yeah, forcing mistakes on your opponents is something Dutchies did in the first 2 games, but now it looks like it's CrystaL Gaming's turn. As we saw Nox, being really up in position, couldn't quite get a good clear, put it into the middle of the net, in front of his own net, and there was Alex taking the first goal for CrystaL Gaming. But straight after will be Tempori with a 50, and we'll get already an equalizer, 42 seconds in this game. Noxy with the pass, and in the end, Tempori with a great 50 actually. Gets about top bins as well with the 50, and it's already an equalizer early on in this game.
Yeah, it's a good area of the pitch for Noxipu to put the pass into. They've set themselves up for a winning 50 and certainly made CrystaL Gaming pay on that occasion. But CrystaL Gaming not done yet with the offence as Nashi puts a shot off the crossbar. Alex looking for the follow-up, but it's Flushrex getting all the way clear. Nobody in support there. Dutchies Esports committing 2 players back, and maybe that is just nerves seeping into their game a little bit. They are going to get forwards here up to the halfway line as it's Noxipu to take over. Gets the flick over the top and hits the crossbar. CrystaL Gaming's defense misses on that occasion, and well, the crossbar spares their blushes.
It was nearly the second goal there for Dutchies again by a mistake from CrystaL Gaming defense. Then Puri in the corner, trying to get a ball into the middle. Great pass there. Nox is there as well. A great play by the Dutchies. And we'll get the second goal on their end as well. A great play. Tempori in the corner, finds Nox. Not really there in the back for CrystaL Gaming to clear the ball out. And there is Nox to just get the ball in. A very simple goal for Nox, but we're really, really well played by the Dutchies Esports side.
Minutes 36 left in game 4 now, and Dutchies Esports have taken the lead, so the clock is ticking for CrystaL Gaming. They've got to find their way back into it in regulation, and they've conceded another one. It's Tampuri with their second of the game on the assist from Fluzrex. All 3 goals for Dutchies Esports in the early going of this game 4 have come off of assists, and it's just too much for CrystaL Gaming at the moment.
Yeah, we see Dutchies Esports, being able to respond so fast on goals. We saw it like twice already in a row. And CrystaL Gaming actually had the lead in this game. Still 2.5 minutes to be played, but Dutchies Esports definitely taking the upper hand in this game. Quite fast. It looked, like CrystaL Gaming took the upper hand in this game as well after that mistake from Nox. But we already saw Dutchies Esports, coming back from that really, really well. Great save here from Nox as he puts the ball up to his own back wall as well. Fakes that one. 20 boosts to work with. Tries to get a 50 against Alex, but now Alex gets a good 50 against him. Walterex tries to keep the ball out. Everything Dutchies should do is, trying to waste time, trying to get the ball away from their own goal, trying to not concede any single goal anymore. And then this series is in their back. But, CrystaL Gaming, in offense, we haven't seen them a lot, in the first minute, really. They had that offense, they actually scored out of that, but after that, we haven't really seen a lot. We saw 3 goals from Dutchies, but not much offense from CrystaL Gaming after. So what does CrystaL Gaming need to do else in order to, secure this series still and, still have the possibility to win this series after all?
And CrystaL Gaming need a little bit more interference on the Dutchies Esports defence. They've been a little too static in their attacking. It's very Route 1 stuff. I think they need to try and make Dutchies sweat a little bit more, get some demos and bumps in there to break up the rotation on part of the orange team, because the confidence will once again be running high for them. It's pretty much repeat of game 1 and game 2, so CrystaL Gaming have got to change up their attack to make something happen. And equally importantly, they cannot afford to concede a 4th. If they go down by 3, their chances of winning this game will dip dramatically. Here is a shot from distance. It is off the backboard. Relka is in there looking for the bump, but the shot on the follow-up is off target. Alex gets it off the backboard again, and 2 players step up to make the clear for Dutchies. Here comes Fluzrex, but demoed by Alex, and CrystaL Gaming will steal possession right back.
Yeah, Dutchies Esports under the fire of CrystaL Gaming. So many shots being fired. 6 shots already for CrystaL Gaming, only 4 for Dutchies Esports. Yet we see a 3-1 scoreline for Dutchies Esports. It's not really looking bright. All the chances are just getting saved by Dutchies Esports. Dutchies Esports defense popping off, but the offense of CrystaL Gaming isn't really that great either. The shots are quite easily to be saved. Tempori tries to get the 4th for Dutchies Esports. It will be saved this time by Alex. It's Nox. Wait a little bit for Alex until he makes the hit, but it could have ended much worse. Alex actually could have got a good shot there. Now, as you know, Dutchies Esports trying to take control in this game. 1 minute to go, 2-goal lead, but still CrystaL Gaming. They have a little bit of time, but they have to put everything in offense for now. All or nothing. It should be their game style now, because it's not working out for them otherwise.
And Alex from the ceiling, that was a difficult save for Fluzrex. This one will be tough as well, but it's another hit of the crossbar for CrystaL Gaming. Will they get a better opportunity than that to get back into this game? Alex with the follow-up shot. Noxipu stepped up into midfield to try and make the clear. Relka helps it on. This one's got to go in. He hits the crossbar again. And with 25 seconds to go, that could be it in this series. Dutchies Esports defending the crossbar is really helping them out at the moment. It's like a 4th man. Nashi puts on another shot. Relka's got to be there for the follow-up, but look at this. 2 Dutchies players getting themselves behind the ball with 10 seconds to go. They're going to clear it up to the halfway line, and that should be it in this series now. CrystaL Gaming need a rapid counter-attack. Nashi flings the ball goalwards, but Tampuri saves it. Relka's there for the follow-up, and another save in front from Dutchies Esports. They put the wall up in the last minute of the game, and they see the series out as a result.
And oh man, that needs to be so annoying for CrystaL Gaming. Putting the ball so many times off the crossbar. Calling it crossbar gaming now, because really that it looked more like they hit the crossbar more than the target itself actually. And there's so much defense as well from Dutchies Esports. So many times we saw a block, a good 50 in front of their own goal. We saw 8 saves for Dutchies Esports and 14 shots for CrystaL Gaming. 14 shots and only one single goal got scored by CrystaL Gaming. That just describes this game really. Dutchies Esports, getting 3 quick goals after each other. After CrystaL Gaming scored the first goal, but in the end, CrystaL Gaming couldn't get past the Dutchies defense anymore. Had plenty of chances, but in the end, CrystaL Gaming couldn't quite get it past the defense or the crossbar from Dutchies Esports. And in the end, Dutchies Esports taking this series with a 3-1 win.
Yes, Dutchies Esports get themselves on the board in the Champions Conference 1 with a series victory that is very important to them. And you've already talked about their potential that they have as a team after the Vortex close qualifiers run. And, well, for the balancing of the Champions Conference, that does bode very well for how the remainder of the season is going to play out, because Dutchies Esports are a team that has the potential to chase down Who Esports and Veterano's Esports at the top end of the division. So their next couple of fixtures are going to be equally key, but a good series win for them nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good game by them, to be fair. A pretty solid game. Well, we have seen some mistakes, some things that could go better, but definitely in that last game, I really respect their defense. The fact that they could hold off CrystaL Gaming so much, 14 shots and only 1 goal conceded, is just, they did really well in defense. And in the end, scored in offense as well, did what they had to do. And well, they definitely are going to continue trying to get a win streak here in the Champions Conference 1. Of course, they're going 1-1 now in the season after losing that game against Sanity Esports. But they still have a long way to go to make that playoff spot to get a top 4 in the Champions Conference 1. Some really good teams. Also Paradox Gaming in 3rd place, 2-1 in the league right now, where they are going to playing next week. Actually, a really Dutch matchup there. 6 Dutch players in that matchup. Paradox Gaming versus Dutchies Gaming, which is always nice to see. The Dutchies Esports definitely a solid result from them. CrystaL Gaming definitely they could have won some more games if the defense at first was just better. Their defense was just a little bit iffy. They whiffed a lot. They overcommitted a lot as well, double committed, and in the end, Dutchies Esports definitely those first 2-3 games were just quite solid. Definitely those first 2 games, I have to say, we're just a better team by capitalizing on the defensive mistakes from CrystaL Gaming. And the last game, CrystaL Gaming just couldn't get past the defense of Dutchies Esports. So besides offense, Dutchies Esports have also definitely shown in defense what they're capable of.
Well, intriguing fixtures in the Champions Conference from tonight's streamers. Week 3 of league play winds to its conclusion, and week 4 looms ahead with some entertaining fixtures across the board in the ECC. But for now, a win for Dutchies Esports in 4 games over CrystaL Gaming and a 5-game victory for Papegas over Trinitas Esports Remix. That is going to conclude the stream for this evening. So from myself, Simdog, Dennis and Faded, our streamer for the evening, thank you for watching and good night.